We're going to go ahead and load all of the scans that we've got in the project. And when we're done, we're going to individually clear the street of traffic to clean the project before we add our color photographs. Now that the scans are all loaded, it'll be much easier to just double click and take a look quickly at each scan and just how much traffic we've got. This is easiest to do before color is added because you can actually see where the vehicles are. Once you add the photographs, if you've ever done much scanning with vehicles, you'll know that the camera coming by minutes after the 3D laser images were captured will be in the exact wrong spots. So the indicators of color and where the vehicles look like they are with the photographs is absolutely not an indicator of where the actual 3D data is that needs to be erased. So we're going to go ahead, back up as much as we can here. And we're going to grab a rectangle and take as much of that street as possible. Right click, view that in 3D. And then do our best to look down the street and get this actual street level as small and thin as possible so we've got as little chance of digging into the concrete with our erasing of our points as possible. We're going to use another selection here, this time a polygon. And without touching the road, we're going to try to capture as much of the actual traffic data as possible. Right click and delete inside of the section. Always a good idea every time you do this to go ahead and save what you've done. The reason being, if for some reason, and we've all done it, you right click on the selection and you accidentally delete everything outside of it, then if you've been saving throughout this process, you can close it, not save, and get back to where you were without having to redo, say, 3, 4, or 5 scans since the last time you had saved it. Now, once again, we can grab the street, use our rectangular selector, but this time we're going to take a look at the data a little bit differently. We get into our 3D view. We're going to go to an orthographic view of the data. And in general, this makes cleaning up our data much, much easier. You just you can't imagine how much more quickly you can get through, especially street scenes, by switching to the orthographic. Once again, we're going to take a polygon selector. Now that we've gone through and used orthographic and our different techniques to clean up the street, we're going to go ahead and colorize this data. With the new updates on Scene, we're going to just stay in the new version. We're going to left click on the scans main folder. Now again, you can do this from top of a cluster or from a scan, but at this point we're going to use just the scans folder, the master folder. Go to operations, colorize pictures, and apply as pictures. And let that cook for a few minutes. After just a couple of minutes, honestly, very, very fast, we've got a full colorization of our project. Again, we have data on power lines. We have data on the building facade. We have data on curbs and the street. While the street isn't something that is survey quality, uh, we have all kinds of data we can use down the road. I hope this helped. Let us know if there's anything specific that you run into. Maybe we will tackle it on a future video.